gorgeous, and welcome back to my channel. My name's Tiffany if you're new here, and on my channel we talk about all things beauty. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a fast and easy at-home dip powder removal and how I prep my nails and get ready for the next mani. So the first thing that we're going to need is a bowl about half full of hot water. Then after we have our bowl, we're going to pour acetone. I'll link this down below. This is from Sally Beauty. It is the Beauty Secrets Pure Acetone. Any acetone should work as long as you have pure acetone. After we put that in the bowl, I'm going to wrap the baggie around. It's very important that no water gets inside that baggie. If water gets inside your acetone, then it's going to take a lot longer to soak off. And I'm going to show you how long this takes. So, I don't know if you can see, but we are at 00 here on my stopwatch, and the time is going to start now. As you put your hands in the baggie and you soak them, you're just going to want to rub your fingers together. So, as they're in the acetone, and that acetone's getting warm, you're going to want to rub them around in there as much as you can to help that acetone dissolve. That and not getting water in the bag is my #1 tip. A lot of people also like to put a dryer sheet or something in the bottom of their baggie. They do that if they've got any glitter on their nails. They find that rubbing on that dryer sheet really helps as well. So that is an option for you. Another option, if you find that the acetone really dries out your hands, is to put a little coconut oil in the baggie with your acetone. The only problem with that is anything that you're using to dilute your acetone, especially in oil, it means it's going to take you longer to soak off. About 30 seconds to go here. I can tell there's a couple spots I'm working on still rubbing off. But right now we're at 8 minutes and 15 seconds, so it hasn't been that long at all. You know, a lot of people complain that this is the hardest thing about at-home manis, but 8 minutes is not bad at all. It's just all about, you know, the hot water that's underneath the acetone to heat it up. You can't heat the acetone in the microwave. It is flammable, so that's why you have to do this sort of double boiler method. So, okay. So we've got all the dip powder off at this point, and now I'm going to jump into some prep with you and let you know everything I do in order to prepare for a new mani. So we'll be right back for that. So I'm going to show you all the tools you need to prep your nails, or at least all the ones that I use. So the first thing that you're going to need is some kind of cuticle pusher so that you can push your cuticles back. You may want to use a cuticle nipper. However, I don't recommend using this to go all the way around your cuticles unless you're highly skilled at it, because if you do clip yourself, then that can lead to allergies if you've got any kind of broken skin. So I will typically just use this for any cuticle that, you know, flips up or anything that I want to trim off like that. Then we have our nail drill, and I'll show you how we're going to use that. Got a napkin here if we need to wipe anything off. We've got my trusty little wipes here. These are just lint-free wipes you can get on Amazon. Got some alcohol that I put in an old perfume spray bottle. It works perfectly. And then We have our prep that I use. This is from Risen Legacy. I can link this down below for you. And we also have, for shaping, our files. We've got a couple different files here we can use, and a tiny little buffing block. So I'm just going to do one hand with you. I'm going to start, and I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to push back my cuticles as my very first step. So I want to make sure that all of that cuticle is gone. I had the mani on that you saw for almost 2 weeks, so they were quite grown out, and I had about 5 layers of dip powder on there. So look at that one, look how far that grew out. And this cuticle, my thumb cuticles always give me trouble. They have to be pushed back every single mani. So now that we've got all those pushed back, and you can really do this part in any step you want, I will go in here and just kind of lightly file the sides until I get my shape back where I want it. And remember, when you start doing your dip powder at the end, you're going to refine your shape anyway, so I don't spend a lot of time doing this. Sometimes you may find that one of the nails has broken, like on this hand, that one's much shorter. So I can either leave this little baby like this whenever I decide to re-dip, or I can put a tip on it. I may just leave it this time. We'll see what kind of mood I'm in when I get ready to do this hand. But now that you've got that done, here's your drill. This one is from Triple D, and I just use a little ball bit. It looks like this. I'll take it out so you can see it, hopefully better. It just has a tiny little ball on the end. And we're gonna use that to go around our cuticles very lightly. I'm gonna turn my drill on, and I'm gonna turn the speed on to about 6 here. I have a little stand here for my drill. This is from Liquid Layers. I like to put my drill on the stand when I use it because now, as we can see, it's not really in our way anymore. Those cords from it that are all curled up. So right now, your actual cuticle is what is being removed. This part is actually your proximal fold here, and that is not your cuticle. Your cuticle is the white stuff that is left behind on your fingers here that you just push back and remove. Some of that white stuff is from the acetone, and you'll see that'll be removed with our little buffing block. My thumb, got to get in there and do an extra good job on those because, like I said, those give me a lot more problems. So make sure they're all good. Okay, so that looks good. So we're done with that little ball bit. And then I'm going to go in here and I'm going to take my buffing block and lightly buff the surface to make sure that any of that cuticle that was remaining on there is gone. And we want to get any shine off of our nails because I want this mani to last me a couple weeks. I'm not using peel base or anything like that to where I want it to come off sooner than that. You don't want to use any oils. You don't want to wash your hands after you take them out of the acetone. Nothing like that, because all of that is going to affect the longevity of your mani. So if I see any spots, now here's where I'll use my cuticle nippers. I've got like a little bit of a big cuticle here, or actually that's the fold I was telling you about that I don't like. So I will just trim that off. But the rest of them, they look pretty good. So now what I'll do is I'll take my lint-free wipe. I will take my alcohol. I think this is 91%. You could use whichever one, but I just tend to use the 91% for everything. And I want to cleanse the surface of the nail. Get that ready for the dip mani. Okay, and then I will go in with our Risen Legacy here. This is just an extra step, an extra dehydrator that you don't have to have, but I like to use it. And I'll get off any remaining residue. And there you go. That's our prep. So that's going to be today's video. If you enjoyed that and found that helpful, please give this video a like and consider subscribing. Until next time.